Welcome to College Briefing. The content of the briefing includes steep drop in South Koreans studying in China, a symptom of chill in ties. Education briefs. Harvard creates task forces on anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. Football star Keisuke Honda sets up $100 million Japan VC fund. Harvard submits plagiarism investigation documents to Congress. Steep drop in South Koreans studying in China, a symptom of chill in ties. South China Morning Post. The number of South Korean students attending universities in China has dropped significantly, with only 15,857 students studying in China as of April 2022, compared to a peak of 73,240 in 2017. This decline is believed to be due to several factors, including political tensions between Beijing and Seoul, as well as negative perceptions of China. South Koreans have been increasingly critical of China since 2016, when Seoul agreed to host the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense (THAAD) system, angering Beijing. The drop in South Korean students studying in China has led to concerns that people-to-people exchanges between the two countries will suffer, further straining bilateral relations. China's declining image in South Korea, as well as the country's rigid socialism, have also contributed to the decrease in South Korean students studying in China. The convenience and quality of life in English-speaking countries, such as Canada, have made them more attractive options for South Korean students. The decline in South Korean students studying in China is seen as a setback for improving bilateral ties between the two countries, as people-to-people exchanges have played a significant role in fostering understanding and goodwill. Efforts to improve relations between China and South Korea, such as sharing positive experiences of China and encouraging South Koreans to visit the country, have been made. However, it is believed that major improvements in bilateral relations are unlikely in the next 5 years. The hope is that a new balance point can be found in the future, with new complementary cooperation between the two economies. Education briefs. Yahoo! The article lists the students from the University of Wisconsin Stout and the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire who made the Dean's List for the fall semester of 2023. The list includes their names and the degree programs they are pursuing. Harvard creates task forces on anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. Associated Press. Harvard University has announced task forces to combat anti-Semitism and Islamophobia on its campus. It follows a backlash against the resignation of former President Claudine Gay, who faced plagiarism accusations and criticism over her congressional testimony on anti-Semitism. Jewish students at the university have filed a lawsuit alleging anti-Jewish hatred and harassment. Arab and Muslim students say they feel punished for their political views on the Israel-Hamas war. Harvard submits plagiarism investigation documents to Congress. CNN. Harvard University has submitted documents to House lawmakers investigating the plagiarism scandal involving former President Claudine Gay. The House Education and Workforce Committee is currently reviewing the documents. Last month, the committee chair demanded information on Harvard's response to allegations of plagiarism by Gay over a 24-year period. Gay stepped down earlier this month, and her short tenure was marred by criticism of the university's handling of rising anti-Semitism on campus. She also faced accusations of plagiarism, including instances of missing quotation marks and citations. Harvard announced that Gay planned to submit corrections to her 1997 PhD dissertation, but the university deemed these corrections to be regrettable but not research misconduct. Stanford's Vanderveer ties Krzyzewski's college wins record, as Cardinal down Oregon 88-63. The Toronto Star. Tara Vanderveer, the women's basketball coach at Stanford, has tied Mike Krzyzewski with her 1,202nd victory, making them the winningest coach in college basketball history. Vanderveer can set the record with her 1,203rd victory on Sunday. Pili scores 37 to power number 20 Utah to 78-58 win over number 6 USC. Associated Press. Number 20 Utah defeated number 6 Southern California 78-58 in women's college basketball. Alyssa Pili led Utah with a season-high 37 points, shooting 13 of 16 from the field. USC struggled on offense, shooting 36% from the field and going 7 of 14 from the free throw line. Utah's defense held USC to just 31% shooting in the first quarter. USC was outscored 28-14 in the paint, while Utah turned 17 USC turnovers into 27 points. Utah will host UCLA on Monday night, while USC will visit Colorado on Sunday. Community calendar of events. Yahoo! The Coos County Friends of Public Health is hosting the Odyssey 2024 Challenge, a fundraising event that runs from January 1st to April 15th. Participants can track their exercise activities on a virtual route of 229 miles, with miles counted for various activities such as walking, biking, running, swimming, and more. The cost to participate is $25, and proceeds will go towards helping Coos County families in need through the Nurses' Purse Fund at Coos Health and Wellness. The North Bend Public Library is hosting a pattern drawing crafting hour on the third Friday of every month. Starting on January 19th, participants will learn how to draw a new contemplative pattern each month, and paper and pencils will be provided. No prior artistic experience is necessary. The Liberty Theater in downtown North Bend is celebrating the recreation and installation of its neon blade sign with a sign lighting celebration on January 19th. The event will feature free Liberty sign stickers, free popcorn, commemorative sign lapel pins for purchase, and the chance to meet Miss Coos County and the cast from the upcoming show Sound of Music. There will also be a ribbon-cutting ceremony with the Bay Area Chamber ambassadors. Osborne, Betts lead number 5 UCLA passed third-ranked Colorado 76-68 in first women's sellout in Boulder. Associated Press. UCLA sophomore center Lauren Betts led her team to a 76-68 victory over third-ranked Colorado with 20 points and 13 rebounds. The match was the first top 5 matchup in the country this season, and Betts made 5 of 6 shots in the second half after going 3 for 10 from the field before halftime. UCLA's victory bounced them back from a loss against Southern California last weekend that knocked them from the unbeaten ranks and dropped them from number 2 in the country. Canada to limit study permits for international students, internal memo. The Toronto Star. The Canadian federal government is planning to assign a fixed number of international study permits to each province, which will determine how the spots are split among authorized post-secondary institutions within their jurisdictions. The move comes as part of an effort to roll back international student numbers to levels seen 2 years ago. The new plan is seen as a temporary measure until a new recognized institution regime is implemented to vet colleges and universities based on criteria that has not yet been revealed. Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn becomes 12th to interview for Los Angeles Chargers opening. The Toronto Star. Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn has become the 12th candidate to interview for the head coach position at the Los Angeles Chargers. Quinn is the 5th candidate with previous head coaching experience to be considered for the role, joining Jim Harbaugh, David Shaw, Mike Vrabel, and Steve Wilkes. The Chargers are looking for a new coach and general manager after firing Brandon Staley and Tom Telesco on December 15. Quinn has previously been the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons and has also interviewed with the Tennessee Titans and Carolina Panthers. The Chargers have also interviewed 2 in-house candidates, as well as several other external candidates for the head coach position. UC Bearcats basketball has an interesting streak in overtime games dating back 30 years. Yahoo! The University of Cincinnati, UC, men's basketball team has set a new record by winning 12 consecutive overtime games against ranked opponents. The streak began in 1994, and the team's latest victory came against the 19th-ranked Texas Christian University, TCU, on January 16. UC's streak is the longest in Associated Press poll history. The previous record was held by Xavier, who beat UC in overtime in 1994. UC's 12-game streak also coincides with a difficult stretch of games against ranked opponents. The team has played 6 straight ranked teams, including BYU, Texas, Baylor, TCU, Oklahoma, and Kansas. UC currently has 2 Quadrant 1 wins, which are home games against teams ranked in the top 30 in the RPI. The team will have more opportunities for Quadrant 1 wins in upcoming games against Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas Tech, Houston, Iowa State, and TCU. UC has not had all of its scholarship players available for a game this season due to eligibility issues and injuries. Trudeau balancing act on Israel-Gaza pleases no one. BBC. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has faced criticism from both sides of the Israel-Gaza conflict for his ambiguous stance. Trudeau has repeatedly condemned Hamas attacks on Israel but has also emphasized the need to protect civilian lives. The Prime Minister has been accused of mincing his words on an issue that has divided Canadians and much of the world. While the ambiguity has not caused any members of Trudeau's Liberal Party to defect, the Prime Minister has been booed at a mosque and accused of a huge moral and ethical failure. Blackouts in a heatwave can be a death sentence, but staying cool without air con is possible. ABC. Heat waves and extreme heat are the greatest causes of death from natural disasters, with people over 65 or with cardiovascular issues particularly at risk, according to Ollie J., director of the University of Sydney's Heat and Health Research Incubator. In addition to the direct impact of high temperatures, there are fears that power outages can cause additional health problems, particularly for older people. Jay called on governments to take action to ensure citizens had the means to keep cool, such as by encouraging people to use electric fans rather than air conditioning. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Six, your resident observer from the 6 Degrees world, bringing you the latest news and analysis from around the globe. Today, we discussed a steep drop in the number of South Korean students studying in China, the creation of task forces at Harvard University to combat anti-Semitism and Islamophobia, football star Keisuke Honda's venture into the world of venture capital, and much more. The decline in South Korean students studying in China is a symptom of the chill in ties between the two countries. Political tensions and negative perceptions of China have contributed to this decline. South Koreans have been critical of China since 2016, when Seoul agreed to host the THAAD system, angering Beijing. This drop in students studying in China is concerning as people-to-people exchanges play a significant role in fostering understanding and goodwill between nations. Harvard's move to form task forces to combat anti-Semitism and Islamophobia comes after backlash against the resignation of former President Claudine Gay. The university has faced criticism over its handling of rising anti-Semitism on campus and allegations of plagiarism. These task forces aim to address these issues and create a more inclusive environment for Jewish and Muslim students. In the world of sports, former football star Keisuke Honda is venturing into the world of venture capital with a $100 million fund focused on Japanese startups. Leveraging his connections in the US, Honda hopes to help founders raise funds and gain a foothold in the world's largest consumer market. It's an exciting move that showcases the intersection of sports and entrepreneurship. On the academic front, Harvard University has submitted documents to Congress regarding the plagiarism scandal involving former President Claudine Gay. The House Education and Workforce Committee is currently reviewing these documents. This scandal, along with allegations of anti-Semitism, has marred Gay's tenure and raised questions about the university's handling of these issues. In the world of basketball, Tara Vanderveer, the women's basketball coach at Stanford, has tied the record for the most victories in college basketball history. This is a remarkable achievement and a testament to her skill and dedication. Moving on to Canada, the Canadian government is planning to limit study permits for international students. This move aims to roll back international student numbers to previous levels. It is seen as a temporary measure until a new system is implemented to vet colleges and universities based on criteria that have yet to be revealed. Finally, we discussed the importance of staying cool during heat waves and power outages. Heat waves are a significant cause of death from natural disasters, particularly for older people. Governments need to take action to ensure citizens have the means to keep cool, such as promoting the use of electric fans instead of air conditioning. That's all for today's news. Remember, your thoughts and opinions matter too. What are your thoughts on these topics? Let's discuss. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.